When it comes to managing all your company's devices, nothing is more important than locking down your user identities. I mean, it's really job number one. So today, we are going to break down the modern IT admin's playbook for getting this done, specifically using Microsoft Intune. Here's the million-dollar question, right? We're all dealing with remote work, cloud everything. The old idea of a secure company network with a wall around it is just gone. So how in the world do you protect your organization's data when your people and their devices are literally everywhere? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out. And to do that, we've got a simple 5-part playbook. We're going to start at the very beginning with getting your identity set up. Then we'll talk about controlling who can do what, applying policies, locking down every single login, and we'll wrap it all up with the big picture philosophy that guides all of this: zero trust. All right, first things first, you can't manage or protect what you can't see. So step one is all about getting your user and group accounts into Intune. And a really key thing to know right off the bat is that Intune's brain, its directory, is Microsoft Entra ID. That's where all this identity information lives.
So you've basically got 3 ways to get your people in there. The easiest one, if you're already using Microsoft 365, hey, guess what? You're done. Your users and groups are already there. Now, if you're coming from a more traditional on-premises setup with Active Directory, there's a tool called Microsoft Entra Connect that will sync everything up to the cloud for you. And of course, you can always start fresh. Just create new users directly or upload a whole list with a CSV file.
And to make things a little easier, Intune gives you a head start right out of the box. It automatically creates these 2 really handy groups for you, all users and all devices. This is awesome for pushing out some basic foundational policies to everyone from day one. Okay, your users are in. Now what about your admins? You definitely don't want everyone on your IT team to have the keys to the entire kingdom. So this next part is all about being smart and defining exactly who can do what inside Intune. And the way we do that is with something called role-based access control, or RBAC for short. Think of it as the ultimate permission system. It's how you decide, okay, does this person only need to manage applications? Or maybe they just handle security policies. RBAC lets you get super specific so people only have the exact access they need to do their job, and nothing more. And when you're setting this up, you've got a choice to make. You can use the built-in roles like Application Manager, which are fantastic for getting started quickly with common jobs. Or if you need to get really specific, you can build your own custom roles from the ground up. This gives you total control to tailor access for very unique needs. So we have our users in the system. We know what our admins can do. What's next? Well, now we connect the dots. It's time to link those user identities to their devices and start applying the rules that are going to keep everything managed and secure. And one of the most important ideas to get your head around here is something called user affinity. It's pretty simple, actually. When a user logs into a device for the first time, Intune basically says, aha, this device belongs to this person. And that link is so powerful because it means any policy you assign to that person will automatically follow them to their laptop, their phone, their tablet, everywhere. Now, for anyone who's been in the IT game for a while, you've probably spent countless hours wrestling with group policy objects, GPOs. This was the classic on-premises way we configured Windows settings, all based on this rigid, complex hierarchy. Well, say hello to the new way of doing things, the Intune Settings Catalog. This is the modern, cloud-based replacement for GPOs. And it's amazing. It's just a giant, searchable list of thousands of settings. No more digging through confusing hierarchies. You just search for the setting you want to configure and apply it. It's so much more flexible and built for the way we work today. Let's move on to probably the most critical part of this whole playbook, securing the front door. We're talking about the login itself. Because, let's be honest, passwords are a huge problem. So the real goal here is to move past them and build what I like to call a passwordless shield. And the cornerstone for this is Windows Hello for Business. This completely replaces that old username and password with a simple PIN, or even better, your face or fingerprint. But here's the security magic. That PIN or fingerprint data never leaves your device. It's not flying across the network where a hacker could grab it. This one change just completely neutralizes a whole category of password attacks. But we're not stopping there. Next, you have to add multi-factor authentication, or MFA. This is absolutely non-negotiable. It just means you need at least 2 ways to prove you are who you say you are. So even if a bad guy somehow steals a password, they're stopped cold because they don't have that second thing, like the code on your phone. And you can use Intune to make sure MFA is required right from the moment a new device is enrolled.
And the final piece of our passwordless puzzle is certificate-based authentication. This is how you give people seamless and secure access to things like your company Wi-Fi or VPN. You push a digital certificate to their device, and that's it. The device is now trusted. No more annoying pop-ups asking for a password every time they want to connect. It's more secure and, frankly, a way better experience for your users.
So, we've gone through all these incredible tools. But what's the big idea that holds it all together? Well, that brings us to our final and most important section, adopting a zero-trust mindset. This is the why behind every single thing we've talked about today. For decades, our security model was basically a castle with a moat. We built a strong wall around our corporate network, and if you were inside that wall, we pretty much trusted you by default. But that model is completely broken now. The castle walls don't exist anymore. The new model, Zero Trust, flips that completely on its head. The core mantra is simple. Never trust, always verify. You assume that a breach is not just possible, but likely. You assume that any user or any device could be compromised, and you verify every single access attempt, no matter where it's coming from. And this isn't just about people logging in. Zero Trust means you verify everything, every device, every application, every single time. Before any access is granted to your data, that request has to be explicitly verified and proven to be safe. Which really brings us right back to where we started. All the tools and the strategies we've discussed are here. They're available. But you have to ask yourself, is my security strategy truly built for the reality of today's perimeterless world? It's the most important question any of us in IT can be asking right now. Thanks so much for joining.